height over bore, and muzzle awareness. Let's talk about it. Peace, AGG Nation. This is AGG, your average gun guy. And today we're here to talk about height over bore and muzzle awareness. And should you be using an elevated red dot? Big topic that I think should be talked about a little bit more out here in our space. And what's good for you and what are the purposes for it. So today I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys my opinion and my take on should you guys be using elevated red dots and what your muzzle awareness is and height over bore and what does all that even mean. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, height over bore. Now, I'm not a scientist on this, so I'm not going to give you guys any equations or anything, but what I want you to understand is what height over bore is this. This is your bore. This is your barrel right here, right? This is your bore. This is where the bullet projectile is going to come out of, all right? So that's that, and then this is your red dot. So the distance between your red dot and that barrel, that's the height over bore, and that must be considered, especially if you are in a CQB situation where you're doing close quarter combat, or you are in your home trying to clear your home or doing anything like that. Super duper important, right? All right, so what we need to do is what you need to consider is the further away that you are from your target, the less that height over bore has an impact on where your actual bullet is going to strike that target. So the way that I want you to understand that is like this. This is two lines. Look, this is basically two lines here. This line is going straight out, and this line is going straight out. And the further that they go away from each other, the closer that they get to actually converging and meeting. All right. So if you're in a close combat situation, you're in your home, and 300 blackout, super popular nowadays, or not even just 300 blackout, but AR platform type pistols. They've become super popular nowadays, the short length. So if you find yourself in a situation and you've got your red dot where it's basically able to co-witness with your iron sights, you are in a predicament where that's exactly how it's going to work. It's going to co-witness with your iron sights. But what it does for you physically, in order for you to get on that picture, to get good sight on that, you've got to kind of bend over a bit. You've got to bend over a bit and be in a weird kind of predicament. Not only that, but it forces you to somewhat kind of get in that turtle stance, right? See what I mean? So what that does also is it obscures your full range of view. So you're not going to be able to see and have a situational awareness like you need to in these type of situations. So instead of having something that's for close quarters where you've got to, like I just showed you, get all hunched over, you're all like that. What you want to be able to do is be able to be more, listen, not only that, but let me show you something when I'm bent over. This is why I've got my vest on here today, my plate carrier. All right, so if I'm hunched over and bent over, where are these bullets going to impact me? Where am I going to be impacted? Here in this area right here. My plate cannot protect against that. This plate is for a reason. So if you are training or in a situation where you actually are using plate carriers and things of that nature, you got to consider what is the purpose of them and what are they there to do, which is stop bullets, right? So if you're hunched over and in this predicament, you're going to find that you open yourself up to a higher rate of being able to be hit. So the way that you really want to kind of do that is you want to be in a more upright position. So when you get your target, you want to be able to boom. See, my head didn't move at all. I didn't move to the side. Boom. That red dot's right on there. Boom. Red dot's right on there. Boom. Red dot's right on there. Not only that, but look, I've got my situational awareness. I can see what's going on around me. I can see above me. I can see below, to the right, to the left. Very good. Not only that, but I am protected. So those are things that you definitely have to consider when you're out training and when you're running your gear and practicing with your gear, because that shot, the closer that you are. So let's say in a CQB situation, you're going to be probably within, 0 to 7 yards from somebody, right? Maybe 10 at the most. All right, depending on how big your house is, or if you leave your house, then okay, that may change a little bit, but you're still not going to be that far away. So consider this: if you're at 5 to 7 yards from somebody, your red dot is sighted in at 50 yards. You are going to have to aim. Listen, that 50, and you're 5 yards away, but you're sighted in for 50 yards. You're going to have to compensate for this distance here. So you're going to have to do some measurements and figure out what that is there. Probably about 3 to 4, 3.5 to 4 inches that you're going to have to actually aim higher than your target, because you are responsible for everything that comes out of this firearm. You're responsible for it all. So you need to know where you're aiming, where it's going, and how to best do that. And the only way to do that is to train. Learn from other people who are a little bit more advanced than you. There's nothing wrong with watching a YouTube University as well to learn. If you can't afford to go get some professional training, do what you can do until you can be in a better position to do better. So let's get back to it. So what I want you to, again, to understand about this, this unnatural predicament of being in this turtle position. Yeah, it looks cool, right? It's old, but it's old school. It's an old school method that it's not even trained anymore in elite levels, or tier 1 level training or whatever. It's not even trained in that level anymore. So I can't say that I'm not in there, but from what I've researched, it doesn't appear to be that way to be trained anymore. They're training now, again, like I just said, with higher optics. They're able to have more field of view. Again, they're responsible for every bullet that comes out. So they're not having to hunch over, be sideways. Boom, 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 getting shots on target. So remember, considering what you want to consider with height over bore and muzzle awareness is your muzzle is where that projectile or your bullet is going to actually come from. Make sure that it is in line with your red dot that you have on your gun. Don't just go out there and find a red dot and say, oh, damn, that looks cool, let me put it on my gun. All right, put it on your gun, but train with it. Train up close, train far away. Have a purpose for your guns. When I first got started with my YouTube channel, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. When I was picking up some of these firearms that I was getting at first, I was just happy to be getting guns and be having a channel to put them on. I worked very hard, to make to provide a good living for me and my family. So me training and having, being, aware, having self-defense preparation, of course, is needed. But, having the ability to have extra funds and then getting sponsorships and, companies that want to send me firearms and things for review, that was a blessing. But what I'm going to tell you is at the beginning, I wasn't as focused on purpose-driven firearms. Everything to me was I could use it for any situation, right? But no, you've got to actually train with your firearms and know what they're for. Are they range toys or are they tools? If they're tools, know how to use them. If they're range toys, cool. Go have fun with them at the range. But if you've got a purpose for them, when you're building your purpose rifles, like your everyday, any duty, any condition type of rifle, right? I can't even think what the damn name is right now, but your rifle that does pretty much everything. That is your, you want to know how to train with that. You want to know how it works. Maybe that's a 16-inch, AR-15. And that's your rifle that you're going to use in any situation. If shit hits the fan, that's the one you're grabbing. All right, cool. Know how to train with it in all conditions. All right. Me, I got this 300 blackout here. As you can see, this is a BCM upper and a PSA lower. We've got the HB PW brace on the back. We've got hollow sun flip up sights. We got the HRT weapons light, advanced weapons light, the 18350. We got the Lynx hand stop here. We've got the Sealy Bear close emitter red dot. We've got the Monstrum riser. We've got the Radian ambi switches. We have a Blitz Rise Armament Blitz trigger. Super stupid nice trigger. Matter of fact, let me show you this trigger here. Let me show you this trigger. I got to show you this trigger before we get out of here. All right. All right, so check this out. There is no wall. There is no take up. It's on the wall right now. Crisp, crisp, crisp. Take up. Woo! Woo! Nice, nice, nice. So, guys, as I was saying, make sure that you are training for real life situations, right? And do what makes sense for you. Do what's natural. And remember, this right here is not very natural. Do you shoot like that with your handgun? If you do, you shouldn't. You should be more straight up, and that's the same difference. So why are you going to train differently, with your long rifle than you are with your pistol? It should be a similar type of feel and movement. All right. So with that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know about other topics that you want to hear about and learn about, and I'll bring them to you. So with that being said, guys, this has been AGG, the Average Gun Guy. Stay safe, stay training, and stay free. Pow, 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 pow.